Hey everyone, this is Bergman, founder and CEO of IRA Financial. Welcome to another episode of AdBits, where I will be sharing bits of knowledge about self-directed retirement. If you want to learn more, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media. Just search IRA Financial. Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of AdBits. I'm Adam Bergman, tax attorney, founder of IRA Financial. And on today's AdBits, I'm going to be talking about the situation, which actually happens more than you think, where someone who's self-employed or has their own small business without any full-time employees and has a solo 401k plan now needs to hire an employee. What happens? Does the plan need to be modified? Do you terminate the plan, start a new one? Are you allowed to hire a new employee? Is a solo 401k plan now ineligible? Or what's the rule? And I get this question quite often, so I thought it would be a really interesting topic for an AdBits. So here you go, let's do it. First thing is, real quick on the eligibility of the solo 401k. The solo 401k, in my estimation, is the best retirement plan for the self-employed. Why? You can put away up to $58,000 or $64,500 if you're over 50. That's for 2021. There's a $50,000 loan option. Allows you to borrow $50,000 or 50% of your account value, whatever's less. You can use that loan for any purpose. The employee deferrals and employer contributions, that are the two components for the $58,000 or $64,500. And the employee deferrals can be in pre-tax or Roth. The employer contribution can be converted to Roth. Also, you can be the trustee of the plan, giving you great investment opportunities, both in the traditional settings and also in the alternative settings, and offers really good creditor protection. So it's a really, really great retirement plan, whereas a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA will only let you put in $6,000 or $7,000 if you're over 50. A SEP IRA only allows you to put in $58,000, and it's a pure profit sharing plan. So what does that mean? That means if you make $100,000 and you're self-employed, in a SEP, you can only do 20% of 100, or 20,000. Solo 401k will let you do 19,500 if you're under 50, or 26,000 if you're over 50, dollar for dollar, plus the 20%. So back to our $100,000 example, you can do 19,500 if you're under 50, plus 20,000, giving you 39,500 out of the total of 100,000. And that's compared to just 20,000 for a SEP. So right there, you can see the huge advantage of a solo K. If you compare it to a simple IRA is just a $13,000 with a $3,500 catch-up. So not as attractive as a solo K. So eligibility, you need to have a business, US-based business, no full-time employees, other than the owners or their spouses. So here are a few examples. You and your partner have a law firm, no full-time employees over 1,000 hours. You can have your own solo 401k plan. As long as there are no non-owner employees or spouses of employees, of owners, working more than 1,000 hours. So if it's me and my wife, and we own a business, and me and my wife are also employees, or if it's just me as the owner and I hire my wife as a W-2, even though she's not an owner, I don't violate the solo 401k employee rules. I can still have a solo K because spouses don't count as employees under ERISA. But what happens if I have a business, it's growing, thank God I did really well in COVID, now I need to hire someone. It can't be a 1099 independent contractor. Why? Because I'm going to have control, and based off the IRS definition of an employee versus an independent contractor, I'm going to fail that test because that person is going to be working with me. I'm going to have control over that person. This position I will offer that person will be the only position that person will be doing in terms of services being performed, and that person will be defined as an employee, not an independent contractor. What happens? I got a solo 401k. What do I do? So you actually have to look to the plan. The plan's like the Bible. Said that repeatedly. It controls. So most plans will set a time limitation when you need to start offering benefits to an employee. It can go all the way up to 12 months. It can be 30 days, 60 days, immediate, or up to 12 months. So you would look at your doc. Most solo 401k plans we'll talk to the client. Most clients want to set it at 12 months, so they have some flexibility. If they need to hire an employee, they don't need to offer them benefits for another year. It gives them a little bit more planning. So what happens to the plan? Well, basically nothing. You can still call the plan the same thing. If your business is called ABC Inc., the 401k could still be called ABC 401k. You're not changing the business. All we're doing is changing the plan. So we're just going to have to amend the plan docs, just switch them up or change some features on the plan, depending on what plan you're using, to add certain features that will address the business hiring full-time employees. The first question is, obviously they have to work more than 1,000 hours. If they're under 1,000 hours, then they don't count as an employee. So if you have an ice cream shop, seasonal ice cream shop in Maine, and you're only going to hire, high school kids, maybe they're going to work 400 or 500 hours during the year, you don't have to worry. Even though they are on the books as a W-2, for ERISA solo 401k purposes, they are not deemed employees. So you're cool there. But if you're going to hire someone who will work more than 1,000 hours during the year, you look to the plan. 12 months. So you have 12 months to the plan. What you're going to need to do. First thing, talk to your administrator, your TPA, and say, okay, IRA Financial, I got a plan with you. I've had my own self-employment business for the last 3 years. Things are going great. I need to hire one or more employees. What should I do? First thing I would tell you is, okay, we're going to now need to amend your plan, revise it, and let's talk about a few things. What do you want to do? Well, I know I need to offer my employees benefits because under the ERISA rules, if you have an employee more than 1,000 hours, you need to offer them benefits or your plan could be in violation of Department of Labor and ERISA rules. So there's generally a couple options. The first, safest, most popular option for small businesses, something called the Safe Harbor 401k. Safe Harbor 401k came into existence in 1999. It's really put there to allow business owners the flexibility and the comfort to know that they can max out, right? Business owners generally set up plans so they can max out the 19.5 or the 26,000 in 2021. So if I was talking to this client, I'd say, okay, do you want to max out? They're like, yeah, Adam, I want to put in the 19.5. I'd say, okay. The cleanest, easiest way that you can guarantee that you'll be able to do that without running any complicated ERISA tests like deferral percentage or contribution percentage is just do a safe harbor, which basically means you're going to make a matching contribution based off their salary, anywhere from 3 to 5%. So if if the employee puts in 3% and they make 50 grand, that's $1,500. The company is going to match $1,500. Tax deductible, safe harbor contribution into the plan. And that will satisfy the safe harbor rules and allow the highly compensated, the owners, to max out and put out the 19.5 or the 26. Or you can do non-elective. It says, you know what? No matter what, even if you don't put in money, employee, I'm going to give you 3 or 4 or 5%. Okay. And this way I will satisfy the safe harbor rules and I can max out. If the client says, no, I don't really care to max out. In fact, I don't even care about putting money in. Then you have some options. You may say, okay, and a good TPA will do that. They'll say, okay, we can just run the tests. So let's say there's 2 or 3 employees and 1 or 2 highly compensated, because you need to make sure that the plan is not top heavy. Basically, the Department of Labor wants to make sure that the little guy is protected and the only people participating in the plan are not the highly comps or the owners. So if there's going to be a situation where the highly comps aren't going to put away a lot of money, then you may not have to do a safe harbor because you're not going to fail the ADP or ACP and even top heavy test, and everyone could just kind of put in what they want. Now, the risk is that, hey, down the road, maybe you end up putting more money in, and now you may not be able to get that deduction or that contribution because you're going to fail the top heavy because your plan will be too top heavy, meaning the highly comp / owners, executives are putting in too much compared to the rank and file employees. So the safe harbor takes away that risk, that calculation, and simplifies and offers the executives, owners comfort that they'll be able to make the maximum contribution. So there's a lot of things that come into play, and that's one of the reasons that hiring a great TPA like IRA Financial, and I'm also involved with 2 other companies called Pension Investors in Florida that have had 40 plus years of experience in this area, and they can help customize your plan to make sure that you're offering yourselves the greatest benefits and you're also providing your employees what's required under the law without having to go above and beyond in order to save you and your business money. Now, I mentioned the employee deferrals. There's that safe harbor, which is either 3 to 5%. generally. And plus, you can also do profit sharing, which could also be based off each employee's salary and could potentially vary. So there's a lot of different things that come into the play. And that's why people love solo 401ks. Why? Because it's super simple, super easy. You have to file a 5,500 EZ. That's all you need to file. If you have less than $250,000, you need to file nothing with the IRS. Super easy, and you control it. You're your own boss. You're the trustee of the plan. You have no employees to deal with. You don't have to deal with ERISA and complex testing, top-heavy, ADP, ACP. However, you hire employees. You need to grow your business. You have no choice. You still want a 401k out there because you want to benefit. You want to save for retirement. You also potentially want to offer retirement benefits to your employees. Your options are then safe harbor plan and potentially also the ADP ACP non-safe harbor option, where you're basically just going to be doing the testing, or the TPA will be doing the testing on behalf of your company. So those are going to be your options. Obviously, a good TPA can help you through that. It's very important to know that you can't, either way, you will have options. You could terminate the plan. Obviously, you don't need to do anything more. If you're hiring employees and it's going to get too complicated, you can just cancel the plan, terminate it, roll everything into the IRA. However, when you set up a 401k plan, it's supposed to be permanent. So the IRS, Department of Labor, does not look at that decision favorably. The most popular option is just say, hey, I'm going to have employees. I'm going to talk to my TPA. I'm going to set up either a safe harbor or a regular 401k with testing, and I will offer my employees benefits. So there you go. Nothing to be worried about or concerned. It's a great thing if you have to hire employees. Yes, you may have some responsibilities with vis-a-vis safe harbor contributions or potentially just 401k profit sharing or other requirements under the plan. But having a 401k is positive. It's great for retaining employees. Also a great way to save for retirement. Take advantage of high contributions. $19,500 or $26,000 if you're over 50 in 2021. Also potential profit sharing and safe harbor contributions that could be made to the employees and also to the executives. Take advantage of deferral and have your money grow faster when it's not subject to tax. So it's not a bad thing. It's just something you need to discuss with your TPA or your administrator. Let them know, check your doc to see how long you have in order to be required to make plan benefits or offer plan benefits to your employees. Could, like I said, be anywhere from 30 days to 12 months. And then just, flip the plan out. Make sure you're offering ample time to your employees to participate. And there you go. You'll be back on track. You'll have the 401k. Everyone will be happy. And you'll have a whole lot of money at the end of the day. So nothing to be worried about. It's actually a super simple thing. Just a couple changes in the document. Some potential benefits that you will provide to your employees as well as yourself, and the plan will be able to maintain its legality, and you'll be able to keep benefiting. So thanks again for listening, for watching. If you're doing it on YouTube, really appreciate support. Thought this was a really good topic because I get this question a lot where people are initially hesitant to set up solo Ks because they're worried about the fact that they may hire employees down the road and what's going to happen, and is it complex, expensive? No, not a big deal. You have flexibility. You'll have time. You just may need to offer your employees some benefits, potentially have some more administration costs, but overall it will still allow you to max out, which from a business owner standpoint, generally the most important thing is to continue saving for retirement and to continue growing your retirement funds without tax. So really appreciate it. Really thankful for all the support and input I've been getting. I'm getting really good feedback on YouTube and also social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So check out our feeds. Subscribe if you haven't. Give us a like. And thanks again. And I'll talk to everyone again next week.